And then we will absolutely keep you all updated about the progress with our testing and when we can ultimately lift that boiled water advisory. And in the meantime, we will continue to stand up our bottled water dispensing efforts. And I'll invite Tracy to share a little bit more about that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone. Again, I'm Tracy DeShazer, Deputy Chief Administrative Officer for Human Services. This afternoon, I want to provide you with an update on both our inclement weather shelter operations as well as water distribution. So first, I'm going to begin with water distribution. The status of our current water distribution as well as our plan for future distributions as well. So as I've shared with you, our water distribution efforts are following two different tracks. So track one is our prioritization of our residents who may be experiencing the greatest need. This includes, again, our children, so working closely with our child care providers. It includes older adults. It includes individuals experiencing homelessness, so working closely with our homeless services providers, our immigrant and refugee communities across the city, as well as other communities who may be facing or experiencing barriers. Also included in this track are our residents with mobility and transportation barriers. These residents are encouraged to continue contacting 311. Residents, we do ask, however, that you reserve this option for those with the greatest need. And I want to give you just a few examples so that we understand what we're referencing when we say the greatest need. Consider our parents who may have children with particular medical vulnerabilities or medical equipment that may require the use of water. Consider individuals with physical disabilities, older adults, and others who may not be able to leave their residences. Again, we're in this together and we have to continue taking good care of one another. Next, I would like to address our track 2 water distribution, and this is our citywide distributions. They do continue today across our 11 designated sites. As a reminder, on Tuesday, we started with 10 sites. On yesterday, Wednesday, we added an additional site. That 11th site was the Annie Giles Community Resource and Training Center. And today, Thursday, we now continue to operate those 11 sites. However, this morning, we have experienced an unforeseen delay, two unforeseen delays that have significantly impacted our morning distribution. The first is an incident with our truck that was coming in with our morning distributions. And I want to be very clear on this. Yesterday afternoon, we continued distributions out as long as we could into the evening. We left each of the 11 distribution sites and did some pre-staging yesterday with our remaining water supply. So several of the 11 sites did have leftover and remaining distribution on site. This morning, again, early morning, we were anticipating then the truck coming in. Unfortunately, that truck itself, the warehouse that it was going to for us to offload, it did get stuck in the area just trying to navigate it. We then had to pivot, bring in smaller trucks to offload it, so that has created a delay. So we do have across our various sites some residents that have been waiting for some time. We do want to acknowledge that, and we do want to apologize for those delays. However, that was an unforeseen challenge with a delay with our truck that was bringing in that water. Next, I want to acknowledge that given the various weather and other related incidents that we are navigating across our nation, our water supply and the actual product and inventory that's coming in, it is coming in different facets or different product types. The first product that we were distributing was in single bottles. The second was cartons. Now we are also navigating a different type of product, which is bags. They are also coming in different quantities. So we are actively working to ensure that we continue following our distribution amounts that we have set, which again are 3 liters per person per family. So that is consistent. However, that product type that residents may be receiving is 4 different products. Residents may be receiving single liter bottles, half liter bottles, 16.9 ounce bottles, or bags. So I just want to be very clear as to those 2 challenges that we are navigating. Next, I want to just highlight that distributions will continue throughout the day today, and they will also resume tomorrow. So we encourage residents to continue monitoring our social media channels as well as rva.gov for real-time updates. Residents can also receive real-time updates from our team, our staff, and volunteers that are on site as we are in consistent communication with them. So again, as a reminder, distribution will continue tomorrow. Now, I want to talk about some successes. Success number one, we have been actively, again, asking residents experiencing mobility and other barriers, transportation barriers, to contact 311. Between Tuesday and yesterday, we had received 554 requests. By 8:30 last night, we had responded to 447 of those requests, and we continue to respond to those individual requests. Richmond Police Department is facilitating this effort for us, so residents that are calling 311, they are getting their water quickly. Next, I want to provide you all with an update on our comprehensive distribution thus far. As of Tuesday, we had distributed 90,000 liters. Yesterday, we distributed approximately an additional 90,000 liters. And again, we continue distributions today. Now, again, as a reminder, we are navigating the challenges from this morning, so we encourage residents to come back this afternoon because we will have more water and more inventory coming in. Finally, I want to share one additional effort that we have just now stood up. We do also have a potable tank at Southside Plaza. So residents that do have jugs, empty jugs that they have, that is another option for you. We are bringing that online right now as we speak to you. So residents, individuals that do have jugs that want to come and fill their jugs, they are able to do that as well. The final update on water distribution just involves our volunteers. Today you will notice that we have pulled back some of our American Red Cross volunteers as we are currently allowing them to get some very much needed rest and prepare for the incoming weather should we need to then activate them to address the incoming storm. We are working very closely now with faith leaders. So you will see members of the clergy, you will see their parishioners, their congregants that are out across our 11 sites alongside our city employees facilitating the distribution this morning. Finally, before turning things back over to our mayor, I wanted to provide you with an update on our inclement weather and inclement weather overflow shelter operations. As you all know, we, in partnership with the Salvation Army, stood up an inclement weather shelter at 1900 Chamberlain Avenue. Throughout the course of this event, that shelter has been at capacity. In an effort to ensure we were supporting our residents experiencing homelessness, we then have stood up through my human services team an inclement weather overflow shelter. That first location that was communicated out has been Marshall Plaza. As of late last night, it did reach capacity. We initially shared with you that there were 51 beds there. That bed count did shift so that we can accommodate some of the needs and special needs of those individuals sheltering with us. It is now down to 49. Okay, and again, it is at capacity. We have 106 at 1900 Chamberlain Avenue, 49 at Marshall Plaza. And we just activated this morning the 2nd Police Precinct Community Room. It went online at 10 a.m. this morning. We continue to work with the Homeless Services community, our Greater Richmond Continuum of Care outreach team to ensure, and other organizations, to ensure that residents who may still be outdoors know exactly where they can go to get inside out of the elements. Now I will turn it back over to our mayor.